So we're here at Victoria Park Kitchen today. Would you like to tell me who you are and a little bit about yourself?
My name is Cheryl Gray and they call me CJ.
So I'm excited to cook with you today. Can you tell us what we're going to be making and where this recipe comes from?
Okay, today we're going to do something really simple because I just retired a couple years ago and I was a working mom and I had a family, so I would always come and from my growing up in a home of 7,
right?
Money was a little tight then, so we had 7 to feed. So I learned these recipes on my own by just being adventurous with different dishes.
Yeah.
Same staple like chicken, fish, or but adding different things to it.
Right.
So today we're gonna do what I created is just a chicken dish, and if you're a real good cook, you will know the ingredients of it. But some people are having problems with it, but it's just a chicken with mushroom sauce. I call it a sauce, but this is the sauce.
Okay.
Actually.
Speaking of the sauce, why don't you tell us what your ingredients are?
My ingredients is always start with garlic.
Okay.
Seasoning salt, pepper, and on this one I put a little paprika. People don't realize paprika will make anything brown. Anything with brown with paprika.
Okay.
It just toasts it really nice in the oven no matter what the dish is. And this is table salt, which I don't use a lot of.
Right.
Because, salt is really not our friend. So, and then we have our fresh mushrooms here. And these are some of the things I'm going to put on the chicken, like fresh bell pepper, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and onions and fresh garlic. And that's how I'll start the chicken off.
Okay, and then we're going to do also some rice.
Rice, to go it out.
For a little side dish?
Yeah, side dish.
Perfect.
It's really delicious with the gravy on top, the mushroom sauce on top of it.
Sounds fantastic. I'm excited to get started.
Let's go.
Okay, so we've got ourselves set up here with a couple of cutting boards, some vegetables. How do we get started on this dish?
Okay, we get started by first I'm going to chop up some onions.
Okay.
That's important to give it the chicken the seasoning.
Should I get started on these?
I would love that. Would you
them?
please?
Okay, perfect.
And do me a favor.
Yes.
Strips. Not
strips.
Chop it up.
Nice long strips.
Long strips.
Okay, you got it.
We're gonna make this a colorful dish.
So you said you were pretty young when you came up with this dish, right?
Oh yeah, I would say about 12.
So you've been making it for a couple of years now.
Oh, a couple of years.
Perfect.
At least 40.
Excellent. Okay, so we've got some peppers, we've got some onions here. So why don't I get started on these?
And when you get started with that, why don't I get started on seasoning our chicken?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, we split it.
And how would you like these cut? Just a nice mince?
Nice mince would be nice. That would be lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now I'm going to start on the chicken. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oakland, for bringing over the chicken for me and washing it and preparing it. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to do this right here in the pan that we have right here. And I'm going to start with pepper. I like a lot of pepper on my food. Remember, I'm a little Cajun here.
Right.
So we like it a little seasoned and spicy.
Start with some spice.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Start with some spice. Now I'm putting seasoning salt on it. And like I say, I like each piece evenly covered with seasonings. Okay. Now I'm coating the chicken with paprika. And paprika, people in restaurants, a lot of them don't realize the value of paprika. Paprika will brown it. Just to cover what we've done so far.
Yes, please.
So far we started off with just the ingredients right here with your fresh chicken, which has been washed and prepared with seasoning, which is seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic powder.
Garlic powder.
Not salt, powder. And then paprika to get that browning once it's in the oven. And over here we have our fresh vegetables, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, onions, and fresh garlic. Now we're going to use this once I get the chicken seared.
Okay, so we're going to start searing off our chicken, right? So we've got a nice hot pan.
Need no
going
oil.
Over here. No oil, you said.
Oil,
You're letting the natural fat from the chicken kind of cook out a little bit?
Exactly. You'll see that as we put it in here.
Okay.
Because remember, chicken still has an amount of fat from the skin and from around the chicken. It has its own little fat going, so it'll produce enough oil on its own. So we're just going to sear a couple pieces here.
And you're not cooking it through. You're just trying to get it going.
Exactly.
Get some color on it and get it started.
Now remember, we're doing 30-minute meal. So this cuts down the time on baking.
Okay.
See? Look, it's browning. You see what the paprika did?
Yes.
Ah, you like that?
I do. It looks amazing.
Okay, yeah.
So how often would you say you make this dish? Is this a kind of a staple in your house?
Probably at least twice a month.
Okay.
You know, I try to rotate the recipes so no one's bored. But you know, if you're hungry, you're gonna eat it every day
Right.
if necessary.
Okay, so I have some chicken here that we've cooked off already, just to speed things up. You've got the last of your chicken in your pan here.
Yes, and
Excellent.
we're gonna put it in here. I don't really like to stack it because when you stack it, it takes longer to cook. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try not to.
Try and keep it in a layer, a single layer.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're through with that. So I'm gonna transfer this over here.
Excellent.
And remember, all this good stuff,
All is
vegetables you
going-
cut up for me, it's going on top of
straight in there.
this. Yes.
Excellent.
All of this is going in
Let me
here.
hold this for you and get that
Oh
nice and
yes.
close.
See these colors? You see the
It
colors?
looks amazing
Oh,
already.
Yeah.
Looks great.
It's gonna make a great dish. Now this is all ready to
Okay,
go in the
this is
oven.
ready.
You see how pretty it is? How
Looks
colorful?
amazing.
Yeah.
Nice and colorful. So nothing else in this. This goes in the oven.
This goes in
just
the
like that.
oven, just like this. I think I have some foil to cover it up.
Sure,
I usually
yes.
use a roasting pan because it
Here,
really
want me to-
cooks. Yeah, that would be nice. Would you cover it for me?
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So then we're gonna cover this, and then we're gonna move this to the oven.
Pop it right in the oven. Excellent. And what temperature are we going to be cooking it at?
I would think about 350,
350.
325, 350, whichever's comfortable.
Okay.
How about that?
Sounds good.
You want to pop it in for me,
Let's pop it
please?
in the oven. Go in the oven.
Thank you.
We got 350, and that's ready to go. All right, so we've just gotten our chicken in the oven. That's baking away. We're going to start prepping our side dishes, right? So what are we going to
Exactly.
do for this then?
We're gonna do the broccoli. You're gonna
Okay.
cut the bottom off the broccoli.
All righty.
Yeah. Get rid of that.
Done.
Gonna slice our broccoli down the center.
Excellent. Nice big pieces.
Yeah,
of-
nice large pieces.
Okay.
Instead of a lot of little pieces. I just usually use a little water, just a little bit, to steam them up. And
Okay.
broccoli, and you want to keep it really pretty and green.
Right.
So when you use too much water, it just drinks it.
Just
you
drains
know?
it out. You end
Yeah.
up with brown broccoli instead of green
Right,
broccoli.
right. So we want it pretty and fresh. So here's our broccoli, all pretty and cut and clean.
Excellent. So then we're going to go over
Go
to
over
our
here,
stove.
Right.
Go ahead.
So we're going to steam it. So I'll put a steamer in here like this.
Okay.
And then we're going to take our broccoli and we're going to put it in here. As so. Going to put a little bit here.
Okay.
And just so it can have a little flavor, we're going to put a little garlic. I use a lot of garlic. Remember now, I'm Cajun
It's
background.
great for you, right?
Yeah, it keeps your, really, garlic's supposed to keep your blood pressure down.
Excellent.
So I use
So
a
some
little
seasoning
seasoning
salt?
salt, yeah. Little pepper. This way I can put all this in here and all of our broccoli will be cooked together and it'll be same, evenly
Right.
distributed with the seasoning and cooked.
Excellent.
Okay, steamed. I don't like to say cooked because I don't like it just dead.
Right.
I want some flavor in it. All right, there you go.
Excellent.
Now we're going to turn this up a little higher
Okay.
because we're steaming it.
So you want to go in a nice clip.
Nice, right.
Nice good hard boil in there.
Exactly. And while he's doing that, we're going to work on our rice if that's
Excellent.
okay with
Let's
you.
get our rice started.
Okay. So we have white rice. And like I said, when you use the rice pilaf, you could tell the difference
Okay.
in the taste. But this is good too.
Excellent.
Okay, so we're going to use this whole box because we have a lot of chicken.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That sounds fantastic.
Okay, so I usually, whatever cup of rice I have, I double the liquid.
Okay.
Okay, so this will tell me exactly. We're going to use this whole box, I think. Let's see. Can you see the
So that should
measurements
be
on it?
about 4 cups, right?
4 cups? So that means I'm going to need 8 cups of liquid with
Okay.
this. Okay, so I'll
And
put
do
this
you
in.
use all broth?
I
you
mix
use a
broth and even with water.
combination?
Yeah, combination.
Okay. That should be about a quart. I think it'll probably fill that up.
Oh, good. And then we'll just use water to make the difference. Let's see.
There we go.
Okay, there you go.
4
So that'll
cups
be
of
great.
that.
Uh-huh. And then we'll use 4
Excellent.
cups
Get
of
rid of this.
water to go in here.
And water, I'll fill that up.
Thank you so much. I'm just stirring this up. so that it will be evenly distributed in the pot.
Okay.
It won't stick.
All mixed in nice and evenly.
Okay. And with this much rice, I'm gonna probably, there's a measurement on the rice, on
There
the
you
butter
go.
usually.
Right on the back there.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 2 spoons. Nice,
Okay.
helping. And then I'm gonna stir that up. And we're gonna put this on. Okay.
You mentioned before you put salt. Do you put salt in your rice, or are you going to leave that
I
out of
usually
this
do,
one?
but I was thinking the broth. What you think?
It does have some salt in it, right? Some
Yeah,
flavor.
the broth is, chicken broth is
Yeah.
salty, so we'll just put a pinch. So then we'll put this on the stove, and we'll turn the fire on
Okay.
here. That's just right. We'll watch that, and we'll look at our broccoli, see how it's doing. Look how pretty it is.
That looks gorgeous.
It's steaming.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple more minutes on this, and then we'll turn that off. And while that's going, we're gonna work on our sauce for the chicken. How's
Excellent.
that?
Okay, so we've got our chicken in the oven, we've got our broccoli started, and we've got our rice cooking. What's our next step?
Next step is we're gonna make our gravy for the rice.
That sounds good.
Or sauce, whatever you like to call it.
Okay.
Me being a country girl, I'm gonna say gravy.
Well, then we're going to call it gravy.
All
It's
right.
gravy. Okay.
Thank you. Now we're gonna put our mushroom here. Good old cream of mushroom
Cream
soup.
of mushroom soup.
Okay, great. Fill those cans up.
Both
with
of them
milk.
up. Okay.
Right. All the way up. There you go.
There's one.
That's one. Great. And then I'm going to pour this in here as I get the remainder of the soup from the can.
Okay.
And I'm going to stir this nice until it's all blended in. Got some more soup here.
Excellent.
Budget-wise, we're not throwing anything away.
Fantastic.
Delicious. Delicious. Okay, now we got all of this.
Excellent.
Let me take a look at our broccoli right quick, because I don't want it overcooked. And what's going to really, really top this off is when I drop that fresh cut mushrooms on. Oh,
There's your spoon.
thank you so much. All right, now we're going to
Okay.
check on this rice just to make sure. Yeah.
And the rice, how are you going to know when that's finished? What do you look for?
I look for it to be nice and fluffy, cooked straight up, and you can almost hear it.
So what's our next step with the gravy?
Well, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna pour it on the chicken.
Okay.
But I want to wait. Let's take a look at the chicken. You
Let's
want to
take
take
a
a look
look.
at it? Which is our delicious chicken.
That smells
Let's take
great.
a good look at it. Oh yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Brown.
Lovely.
See? Look at the brown.
Yeah.
There you go. So we're
Okay.
gonna start like this. Let's see. We're gonna start with the fresh mushrooms.
Okay.
Many of them.
And you just got some sliced button mushrooms, right?
Button mushrooms, just slice them up.
Okay.
Big hunks of them. Now I'm going to just pour this on top of it evenly.
Trying to get a little bit on
On
every
all
little
the chicken.
piece.
Yes. Yes. I want all of it covered. Come back really nice and brown. Got it all over
That
here.
smells great already.
And you know what? I think we can let this cook without the foil. What do you think?
Sure, yeah.
Speed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit, I'll put it back in the oven. Shake it up a little bit. Okay.
And right back in.
All right, and now push that back in and let it cook.
So CJ, we've had our chicken in the oven for a little bit. It should be done by now, so let's go ahead and pull that out and we can get started plating and, more importantly, eating some of this.
Oh,
All right.
I enjoy that. Let's go. You mind taking it out?
No, no problem.
Oh, great. It's a little warm and it's a little heavy.
Wow, that looks fantastic.
It does.
All those colors in there. Okay, here we go. So let's get us.
Here's our broccoli.
Plate
Here's our
here.
rice. Still warm. Oh yeah, we still have steam from the rice.
Lovely. This
Great.
is really good. Okay. So do you have any special way to plate this?
Well, it depends. Do you think you want gravy on it? I usually put my rice.
I always want gravy on
I do
everything.
too.
Okay.
Extra rice.
We'll do a little.
To make it nice and pretty.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Get it on there.
Oh,
Okay,
how pretty.
on our plate, some nice pieces of that in there.
Mm.
Okay, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and do the chicken. You wanna
Okay,
put that
what's
on?
your favorite pieces?
Oh, I like the thigh.
Oh, right. There you go, nice. And you don't mind it on the rice at all?
No, not at all.
Great, there you go. How about a little more gravy for
Absolutely.
you with some mushrooms and bell peppers? There's your vegetables, extra vegetables. Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That looks great.
Too spicy for you?
Mm-mm.
Delicious?
That is good.
Oh, great.
It's fantastic. You know, the mushroom in there is nice and soft,
Right.
tender,
And the vegetables cooked well.
a little creamy.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Just a little bit of this broccoli.
There you go. Delicious.
Nicely
Great.
seasoned. You've got seasoning on every bit of broccoli in there.
Every bit. Great.
And it's fantastic. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
showing
having
us
me.
how to make CJ's chicken with mushrooms.
You're more than welcome. I've enjoyed it.
Hey.
I hope you enjoy it.
I did very much. Enjoyed
Great.
cooking with you.
Great.
Thank you for sharing this with
And
us.
thank you for having me.
Thank you.